Guys, and I'm really super excited today as we're going to be reviewing a Land Rover, some of the legend cars that have been in Africa. And of course, these cars are really made in, they were coming from the UK, London. And of course, today I met one right here in Uganda. So of course, I want to be taking you through this Land Rover right here in Wakiso. And of course, it's one of the amazing cars. Those guys back in the days, they really used so much for the military. And these cars are so good for the, African terrain, but this car is really now here in Africa, but it is being used as a breakdown that really helps for these cars which are breaking down on the way. So these are some of the cars which were super amazing back in the days, a Land Rover. And of course there are some of the dream cars that I want to have personally. One of the dream car of my interest that I would love to have before when I have collections of car right on my compound. So it's one of the car that I would love to ride or to love. And of course they've been really in London, they are really resurrecting this car because the design was really pretty cool. And of course I'm gonna be really searching about this generation of a Land Rover which I've met right here in our Kisses as I was moving to make this incredible video. And of course you see this car, it's done, it's used as a breakdown for those cars, but I think the owners kept this car so incredible. The tires are so good and everything. When you look at under the hood, you look at its process, I think this car is really so incredible. And I believe someday you guys, Buganda Rover, we watched a couple of movies of Land Rovers, and gods must be crazy. We had those short Land Rovers and also this one. But of course I'm looking forward to get to know about the year which it really, and when you look, you come at the tire, I think it is really a super cool car, a Land Rover. And of course when you look at inside of it, the doors, and I think this design was really pretty cool when you look at the Land Rover cars. And still, if people you look at the handles of this incredible Land Rover, the fuel tank is right here under the hood. And I believe the seats are really, the interior design of this car, it really looks amazing when you look at it. And the steering was a bit wide when you look at the Land Rover. So we're gonna be taking the other side. I've been looking at the tire inchy and everything how it is. As you see, this Buganda Rover is a beautiful car, Land Rover. So right here in Uganda they used to call them Buganda Rover. They were used so much in the days of Obote, Milton Obote, Idi Amin Dada, those days. And when you look at the tire, the owner of this car kept it really super nice. And I believe this Land Rover still keeps on. The number is still a bit new, and it's not easy to keep this car as nice as it looks right here, the Land Rover, because most of them, but when you go to Kampala, you can find a couple of them, they are used as breakdown. But I believe if I have in South Africa this car being resurrected, and they can put a new hood, and a couple of people they upgrade them by putting new tires and sports swim down. When we're gonna be looking under the hood here, and you see the car is still really super fine. You just need a few things if you want to resurrect it, besides using it as a breakdown. You can use it as a beautiful car to ride around the city, and of course a vintage car, because these Land Rovers are super amazing cars. So for now, I've recorded about this video for 3 minutes about this Buganda, Land Rover cars. And back in the days, I used to know these cars, and in the movies they look nice. They're really vintage cars. The history of the Land Rover comes from the UK. Comes from the UK. So thank you very much for watching my content, and I'll be really bringing you car reviews and vintage cars and new cars as we review them to you guys. When you look at the bonnet right here, you see the car still looks really good, and it has when you look, it has a padlock when you were really covering the engine here so much. So thank you very much again. I remain as a brand Chiranda right here in Uganda. We're really talking about a Land Rover. Keep subscribing to my channel as we make sure we give you the best out of the best.